What's up, guys? This is Justin with Yu-Gi-Oh! Teammates. I am here with
Lewis,
David,
and Mike.
and Mike. You're not at the end.
Too bad.
Rachel.
Bill.
Alright, and we got a deck profile for you today. It was actually requested. I don't have the username of the person who requested it.
We still care for you.
We still love you a lot. Thanks for requesting this. Anytime you guys see us duel with a deck, or you guys want us to try and make something and do deck profile, just let us know. We'll do our best. Don't say Dino Rabbit, because that's
we don't
expensive.
have Dino Rabbit. None of us are that
No,
rich.
you know what? We'll build Dino Rabbit. All you need to do
In
is
a
send
week.
us $1,000 cash payment.
There you go.
We'll build
Anyway,
We'll
No,
build it.
here's how it is. We'll build Dino Rabbit. You send us the 3 rabbits and the tour guides, and we'll build it because we can do it in a week.
there you go. Anyway, getting back to this. This is a deck that I designed off of an idea that a friend of mine had. And then Terry, the friend of mine who had the idea for it, he decided, you know what, I like your idea, I'm going to build it. So he built this. It did all right today. It was kind of hit or miss, but that was because of me, not because of the deck. It's pretty good. It maintains serious hand control and field presence and options. It's amazing. I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to start with, by the way, it's Hero Genex. I'm going to start Genex Hero. 1 Stratos. If you're going to run Heroes, you're going to run Stratos. It lets you search. It's just too good.
And it can destroy spells and traps, but no one ever does that.
Say, when is that situation?
3 Alias. He's 1900, and he's a hero, and he's a light. Ice Edge. A lot of people tell me to run Bubble Man. This, like I just said earlier, this deck maintains hand advantage. Bubble Man's useless to you. Ocean, not really going to stay on the field long enough for you to use it. Not to mention, this is the end of the heroes. This is all the hero in the deck. Is the Stratos, the 3 Alias, and then these 2 Ice Edge. And that's it. Ice Edge has an effect that might be able to destroy a spell or trap card. On top of that, he's a little 3-star guy, may be able to attack directly if you need him to. Really, I just usually pitch both of them with Future Fusion if I get it. Then we move on to the Genex, and I'm running 3 Neutron. Neutron, believe it or not, a lot of people are going to say, well, duh, you're running Genex, so you have to be running Neutron. Believe it or not, Neutron is probably the slowest and worst Genex in this deck. He lets you add a machine-type tuner, but he has to be on the field at the end of the turn when you use it, and really, that's pretty slow. Usually, I play him if I'm going to play Pot of Duality in the same turn. But other than that, I don't like him as much as I like the other Genex monsters in here. The good thing about him, though, is he doesn't just add a Genex tuner to your hand, he adds a machine tuner, and we're running another machine tuner, an obscure machine tuner in here. The other Genex monster, the most broke Genex monster, Birdman. He's amazing. Return a card to your hand, special summon him, and he combos with 2 Genex ally Blast Fan. If Blast Fan is special summoned, you can add to your hand Birdman. And then you can return Blast Fan or the card that special summoned him, essentially, to your hand. It's a really good combo.
Allowing you options for
This is the deck, to tell you the truth. This is what makes the options. I'm going to keep these out to show you the cards that combo with these, that make the plays. This is your other machine-type tuner. And it's Symphonic Warrior Bases. Okay, now Symphonic Warrior Bases is a little weird card that not a lot of people run, but he allows you to go for so many different levels that he's good to run in here. And you don't always want to add all your Birdmans with your Neutron. Since Blast Fan's faster, you may just want to add bases to maintain an option. 2 Marauding Captain. Yeah. Marauding Captain. This is why Marauding Captain is in this deck. Marauding Captain, Blast Fan, add Birdman. I can either go for a rank 3, a 6-star, or a 7-star. And if I have other cards to set up with, the options just get larger and larger. And you always have about 3 to 4 cards in your hand after about the 2nd or 3rd turn. And by the end of the 1st turn, you generally still have 5 cards in your hand and a big monster on the field. So, Summoner Monk. 2 of them. Same basic thing. Summoner Monk, Blast Fan, add Birdman.
Take your pick.
Take your pick. Get that Summoner Monk back to your hand, make a 7, and then do it next turn. Okay, so that we're done with that. Treeborn Frog. Treeborn Frog is just it's an extra little tech in here. It's a good little card, and it's too good. It's too good not to run in here.
It's just an extra star to work
And I'm
with.
not running any traps in here. I side Royal Decrees with it, but we side Royal Decrees with it, but that's it.
No treacherous?
No treacherous. I thought about it. 3 E-Call for your consistency. 3 Super Poly, because with all 6 Omni Heroes now, Super Poly is God, until they hopefully limit it.
Hopefully semi.
We disagree on this, but
We'll hear
Super
about
Poly
it
is
here
God
soon.
right now. It's amazing. 3 Miracle Fusion. I know it seems like a lot considering you're only running the few heroes in here, but trust me, these are almost never dead in your hand. Earlier, I had a duel where I drew 2 Miracle Fusion and 2 Super Polys and 1 hero, and I used every card by the end of the duel. And it didn't take long.
3 turns.
3 Mystical Space Typhoon. Like I said, you're not running a lot of back row, so this gives you something to compensate. 2 Pot of Duality. 2 is a good number.
I only had 38 cards when I finished making this deck.
No, I actually built this deck with Pot of Duality in mind, because you're not gonna always want to do the special summon, and with Neutron, like I said, every once in a while you need to slow it down to make sure that the consistency is still there. Future Fusion, Future Fusion's amazing. You can basically send your Ice Edges to the graveyard. You really never want to draw them. They're just a water warrior with Elemental Hero in the name. That's why you want them. Reinforcement for your consistency. You can add Mocap. You can add an E-Hero. Dark Hole. Heavy Storm. Monster Born. Obvious staples. And Foolish Burial. Really, it just sends Treeborn to the graveyard. You could just as easily run 1 for 1. I was bouncing back between this card and 1 for 1. 1 for 1's faster, but it costs you a bit of your hand advantage. And while you always have hand advantage...
Isn't Treeborn your only 1-star in that
No,
deck?
you have Symphonic Warrior bases as well.
Bases, right.
Which is totally underrated card.
Totally
I'd
underrated.
rather have the Foolish for Miracle Fusion combos.
I like
Yeah.
Foolish.
I was gonna say, the Foolish
That's-
is easier to use.
That's what I'm saying. I like Foolish, but you could also run 1 for 1 as a little personal flair. For your Exceeds, Leviathan, Acid Golem, and Utopia, just the basics. You do not have enough room to put in everything.
Will there be a Zen main?
Zen mains will replace Acid Golem, but for now, I don't have a Zen mains. So next week, it'll be a Zen mains, but for
Yeah.
now, it's not. Or 2 weeks from now, whatever.
Tuesday?
Coming Tuesday.
Synchros. This is your Synchro lineup. This is your Synchro lineup here. Catastor, because Symphonic Warrior bases with any of your 4 stars.
Or some
Bryanak.
your bases with your hand and any other star
Yeah.
or whatever.
Bryanak, with your Mocaps and your Birdman. Black Rose, you need 2 Black Rose. Don't think you can change this to a Black Rose and a Scrap Archfiend. It weakens the deck. The ability to blow up the field at any time you want is too good. It's the reason why the deck is consistent. Stardust Dragon and Scrap Dragon. They're the staple synchros. If you can make them, you need them in your extra deck. Your fusions,
It's a hero deck.
exactly. 2 Absolute Zeros, 1 Shining, 1 Great Tornado, 1 Gaia, and 1 Nova Master. If you can find room for it, put another Shining in. And I don't have an Esquardo, but Esquardo would probably take the place of maybe one of the Synchro monsters, maybe Stardust Dragon. And that's it, guys. That's the whole deck. Rate, comment, subscribe. Tell us how much you love it. Tell us how much you hate it. Don't forget
Interact.
don't forget to wash your clothes and
You'll get your tour.
clean up your room.
Exactly.
Okay. See you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.
See ya.